What's up guys, welcome back to Inside the Mind of a Fighter. Today I have got Mushy. He fights at our gym, XFC, and he's an up and coming pro, coming up within the rankings, fighting as much as he can. And we've got his fight today, he's kickboxing against
Liam King.
Now, I've got a quick question before we start it. Before you went into this fight, is there anything that you do motivation wise when you're going into the fight, such as like a real ritual or like a certain thing that you do before you fight on the day?
Not really. The one thing that makes me mentally strong for a fight is I just make sure that I train a lot, and I make sure that I put in the rounds, and make sure that I'm like physically ready. Like, you know, I've done my running, I've done my sparring, I've done all my skill work, all my pad work.
Yeah.
I don't really have any rituals. Like, I'm not that superstitious. You know, I just make sure that I've done everything that I need to do. And I've been in the gym like 5-6 days a week. You know. Yeah, that's
how. You train 5-6 days a week?
Yeah.
One day rest, that's crazy good. So let's get into this fight, guys. So break us down, what was the vibe like within the ring? Or the venue for that matter, what was it like?
This was at the Melbourne Pavilion. Like the vibe is like probably one of the biggest that you can get. Like it's super high like quality, and like it's just a really big event.
Was this on the boxing side or the
This was the big ring. This was the main one with like the walkout stage and everything.
So where like Brad Riddell is
he fought here before. They fought here before.
Do you reckon that plays like a thing in your mind that you're performing in a venue like that?
Not really. This was like my 20th fight, so like I'm sort of used to it.
20th fight. How many amateurs have you had?
Like 18 amateur fights.
18. Yeah. Do you reckon that plays a big role when you're going into pro fights? Do you reckon like you need that many fights?
I guess it depends on the person. Like for me, I need to know that I've had a lot of experience and that I've fought a lot of different types of styles. So like, yeah, like it's important for me to have a lot of fights. Like I didn't want to jump into pro straight away, so. Yeah.
All right, now going into this, you were at the back as this guy's walking to the ring, right? Was there anything going through your mind when he was walking to the ring before you walked out yourself? Was there anything that was going through your mind as he was walking in? Did you like size him up or?
No, like I try to keep my mind as blank as I can, because like when you overthink it, that's when you start getting like nervous and scared, and you get that adrenaline dump. So I was just trying to not think about anything. Like I try to have like a blank emotion.
Okay.
Because if you think too much, it like sort of overwhelms you. Yeah. So I just thought like, you know, it's just another guy. Like, you know.
Did you watch this guy's fights prior to fighting him?
Yes, I did. I saw Dion sent me 3 of his fights, and yeah, he was a beast. Like I think he knocked down like all of his opponents.
Does that play a factor when you see an individual like that finishing his opponents?
Yeah, definitely.
It does?
Like it makes me work on my defense more, and I have to like make sure that I'm not being sloppy and I'm not dropping my hands when I'm throwing strikes.
Yeah.
And
you can see,
he was the bigger guy too. So,
oh really?
Yeah.
How much did you weigh in that fight?
70. He was 75.
75.
Yeah.
What do you normally fight at?
66, 67.
66, 67.
Yeah.
Oof. Now we can see we've got Shakur and Jawad. Jawad's the cameraman, Shakur's right there.
Yeah.
But the brothers in there. What was it like having them in your corner?
Oh, it's really good. Like it sort of gives that like familiar feeling. Like when you know someone, like when you know them really well, and they've been my sparring partners, so that also gave me like confidence, because they were there backing me up, like, you know, giving me advice. So yeah, like that was really good. Having cornermen that you're like really close with.
Yeah. Now looking across on him right now, was there any emotion or something going through your mind as you're almost face to face right now? You're staring across each other.
I'm just trying to like see his body language. Like to be honest, he looked more nervous than I did.
Really?
Yeah, like I could tell he was really nervous, because this was his first pro fight, and this was my second pro fight. So I sort of had the advantage where I've already gotten like that, those nerves out of the way, like the first pro fight out of the way. Yeah.
When it comes to looking at across an individual and seeing that they're nervous, what do you look for to tell that, oh yeah, that guy's nervous, I've got the upper hand? What signals?
They sort of don't look at you. Like they look down, like they don't look you straight in the eye. And like their body language is really like flimsy. It's not like, you know, upright. They're sort of like hunched and they're looking down at the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now the fight's about to happen. What goes through your mind as you're touching gloves with him? Like, are you trying to land first, or are you just trying to have a process where you're feeling him out?
Yeah, I'm feeling him out, definitely, because I know he's got power, and I just have to be super careful. So I'm always more defensive at the start, because I'm trying to see what he's trying to do.
Yeah. Now, as he punched you there, you felt a few of his strikes by this point. Did you feel like you had the upper hand already at this point?
No, not really. I feel like I landed the biggest shot
at the start.
Yeah. Like I got his attention.
Do you reckon that plays a big role when you go into a fight to land a big shot at the start of the fight?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Because then it sort of takes some steam off of them. Because they can't just feel like they can just walk forward. Like they have to actually respect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this something that you do in training as well, or only specifically in a fight?
I sort of just like a in the moment thing. Like you don't look for it. You just if they make a mistake, you capitalize on it. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
Now you got no shin guards on here. In training, you've got shin guards on.
Yeah.
Does that play an effect?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like you don't just want to like lazily throw kicks. You have to set it up with your hands. Like it's scary getting checked. Like you don't want to get checked bare shin. Like
at the start, were you like hesitant to throw leg kicks?
No. I'm more of I have more of a boxing orientated game, so I'm trying to use my hands more. It's not that I'm scared of getting checked. It's just I want to use my hands more. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
Now at this point, you're throwing flying knees. You're having fun in there.
Yeah.
What do you feel at this point in the round that you're starting to warm up and you're in there?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like he's sort of like a bit scared. He's a bit timid to engage because I've landed the bigger shots and I've sort of have the advantage now with my boxing.
Nice overhand. I see you going to southpaw as well. You like to dip into the other stance as well?
Yeah, just give him different looks. Like you can't just be like predictable. You have to do different things.
Do you watch a lot of individuals online to like study?
Yeah, definitely Mayweather. A lot of Mayweather. Canelo, Petrosian, Giorgio Petrosian, the doctor.
One championship?
Yeah, and Cedric Doumbé.
Doumbé?
Yeah.
Is he in glory?
Yeah, he's still in glory, yeah. I think he's like the champion of 75 kilos.
Out of the doctor, right? And Cedric Doumbé, who would you say you like more?
Probably Cedric Doumbé.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's really just weird and unorthodox, and he's just got this crazy like knockout power.
And is that kind of like how you try and make your style unpredictable?
Yeah, pretty much. Like be really loose, I don't want to be like a stock standard kickboxer, I want to be like different.
Now at this point, he's getting a 10 count. What's going through your mind at this point?
Oh, just like I'm really confident. I'm like, yes, I can hurt him. Like I've got the power to hurt him, and like I'm just trying to look at his body language to see if he's like, about to quit. And then I wanted to be really careful here because I knew he was tough, so I didn't want to waste my energy trying to finish him in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I sort of just, was more careful.
Most people rushing at that point after they get a 10 count. I saw that you were just taking your time with it.
I knew there was 10 seconds left. Like, what's the point of making yourself
Oh,
tired?
so you knew that there was 10 seconds left?
Yeah.
Is the corner saying that?
I heard the clapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a clapper, yeah.
Understood. Now at this point, this guy's sitting on the stool facing towards the corner and you're just staring at him. What's going through your mind at this point? I mean, like, he looks like he doesn't want to be in there.
Yeah, I'm just like really confident now, like, like you never turn your back on your opponent, on your enemy. So like, I'm just like, I've got this.
Body language type of thing, yeah? What's Dion telling you at this point?
I think he's just telling me to just keep doing what I'm doing, like, just be really careful, keep my hands up. And yeah, Dion's really like, cerebral when it comes to advice. Like he tells you exactly what you need to do. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a keen eye. So.
Is that the type of coaching style that you like and prefer?
Yeah, definitely.
Straight to the
I hate coaches that just tell you like general advice, like hit him like with an overhand.
One of them ones, yeah. Now you're getting more comfortable at this point. Everything's starting to get a lot better. Do you feel like you're close to finishing him?
No, not really. Like I could tell he came out really strong. Like he's trying to change his game plan up.
Straight off the first 10 seconds?
Yeah. And here I'm already sort of like backing him off with my boxing.
And you're allowed to throw knees to the body? Are you allowed to throw knees to the head?
Yeah, you're allowed to throw knees anywhere.
What rule says this?
This is K1.
K1?
So you can only hold with one hand as you throw a knee. You can't clinch with two hands. Yeah.
Now, is it easy to hear Dion saying stuff from the corner? Like, is he saying anything from the corner right now? As you're
no.
Quiet.
Yeah, he never says anything in between.
Would you want someone to give you a bit of advice whilst you're in there?
Nah. Because like I feel like you gotta sort of adapt yourself as a fighter. Like it's good if they tell you like one thing, but not too many things, because it sort of overloads you and it distracts you from the fight.
For sure.
So yeah.
Like it restricts you from playing your game and stuff, yeah?
Because like all the training should have been done and the game planning should have been done outside, in the gym. Like, you can't really make big changes when you're fighting. Like,
yeah. Do you stick to the game plan when you're in there? Like, did you have a game plan going into this fight?
No, not really.
No?
I sort of just take it as it comes. Like,
oh yeah.
Because it's if you have an expectation coming into a fight, like if it doesn't go the way that you want it, then you sort of have like you should have like if you don't have a plan B or a plan C, then like you get really discouraged. Yeah, and like it can affect you mentally. So I sort of just come in with an open mind.
For sure, man. I reckon that's the best attribute to have, open mind. Oof.
Yeah, here I'm feeling really good. Like I feel like I could finish it. But the guy was just so tough. Like I don't know if it was his dreads or whatever. Like something was just giving him the power to just like, you know. Usually when I hit guys, they get hurt really bad. But this guy
I've
was
seen it
like,
within your amateur fights.
Yeah.
You finished a lot of people, bloody noses, being
Yeah.
dropped. They can't take it.
I couldn't even give this guy a bloody nose. Like yeah, I don't know.
He was that tough, you reckon?
Yeah.
Did you feel like he was fatiguing you?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were fatiguing?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
What's
don't know why.
that due to? Adrenaline?
I think he's just really fit because he fights out of a Muay Thai gym and those guys have crazy conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like he was just really fit.
What do you reckon it is? Like, I mean, you've trained as much as you can. You say you train 5 to 6 times a week, yeah?
Yeah.
You train hard, obviously. When you're in there and you feel like your energy's going or whatnot, what do you reckon that's due to?
Oh, it could be multiple factors. I reckon it could also be like the nerves.
Nerves?
Yeah, like, and also just he's just really tough and like he was I think 6-7 kilos heavier than me in the ring. So.
When you're fighting a guy and like he's tough, obviously he's not dropping, you're hitting with big shots, you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck, this guy's made of fucking crazy stuff. He's not going down. Do several thoughts play through your mind at this point?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what can I do to get this guy down? What can I do to finish this guy?
Yeah, like I knew I was ahead in points because like I'm the one that wobbled in, got the 10-second count, the 8-second count, and so I'm just trying to be really smart. Like I'm not trying to go for the finish anymore. I'm sort of just trying to land more shots and just make it out of the fight because like I know I wasn't going to finish him because like that first overhand right that I landed in the first round,
Yeah.
like that should have like carried him cold, you know, but he came back. So
You've landed that several times in the gym, right?
yeah,
And it's hurt people.
yeah.
Now in the third round, what do you feel at this point? You're getting nearing the end of the fight. What's going through your mind at this point?
Just don't get hurt.
Don't get hurt?
Yeah, I'm just trying to like make it through the fight. Like I'm still trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to be passive.
Yeah.
But like I have to be super careful, you know.
You're 2 rounds up. The third round. Are you taking this round chill, or are you still going out as if you were in the first 2 rounds?
Just as like the first 2 rounds, yeah.
Same thing, trying to go forward.
Just trying to be more careful too, but and not putting as much power in my shots. Because like when you put power in your shots, you sort of open yourself up.
Is the ref annoying?
Nah, that's Mark Cook. He's one of the best refs in the game.
How many times has he refed your fight?
I think he's ref like more than half of my fights.
Yeah?
My amateur fights, yeah. Like he's one of the best.
Have you ever had an incident with the referee where they're just not judging properly, or they're just doing real crap job?
Not really.
Not really?
We've had good luck with refs.
Can you hear his corner at all?
Yeah, I can. They're telling him to like do stuff, and then I'm sort of like trying to counter what they tell him at the same time.
So you're listening to them, but whatever they're saying, you're like, I know what's coming.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like they were telling him to throw a lot of leg kicks. And I'm
So
like,
you were prepared?
Yeah, I was prepared. Like I was stepping back, or I was like, you know, trying to check.
Now at this point, like obviously you're in the fight, third round. You said that like obviously at the start of the fight, it's a bit weird. You know, in training you're throwing kicks with shin pads. Now you're here throwing without it. By the third round, are you just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw it, fuck it. Like nothing phases you at this point?
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's just so much adrenaline that you don't feel pain anymore. Like I tried to throw calf kicks on him, but he was doing really well at checking, and like I hurt my foot a bit, but it wasn't too serious.
At the time, did you feel it, or was it after the fight?
After the fight.
After the fight. What do you do recovery wise?
After the fight, I just took like a hot and cold shower, like you know how you alternate, and I just try to like sleep more.
Sleep more? You don't do the cryo? What's it?
Nah,
cryo?
nah.
None of that stuff?
No.
How long's left in the fight? Do you know at this point? Or you just
I think here's like literally just the end of the fight, like 5 seconds left. Yeah, I'm cooked here. Like.
But you definitely pushed through those first 3 rounds.
His knees were like so like sharp.
Sharp?
Like I had to keep my forearms down there. To
Okay.
prevent his knees from hitting my liver.
When you're on the ropes against him as well, I can see you using like a lot of your head like really, really close to him and getting your hips in as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to not put my head low enough to where he can knee me or uppercut me. I'm putting it right like under his chin where he's like, and like smothering him and trying to do my dirty boxing. Yeah.
Is this stuff that you practice in training specifically for this fight?
No, not really. Sort of just like in the moment.
He's tired as well, man.
Yeah. Like he just eats my shots like that. I don't know how.
You're hitting with big shots, bro.
Yeah.
Now, what was this feeling like? The round is over. He's hugging you, you're hugging him, you're talking it out. What's this like now?
It's the best feeling ever. Like, like all this weight's off your shoulders, you know, like all the months of preparation, and like the anxiety is just gone, you know.
Would you say it's like an immense pressure?
What do you mean, like that's been lifted or like?
Yeah, lifted. That's like on your shoulders. That you're like, nah, I have to win this fight.
Yeah, like. But I felt good, you know. I felt like I won the fight. Like.
What's like your driving, like something that drives you to do what you do?
I I guess just trying to prove to myself that like I can do it, that I can achieve what I want, and because like anyone can say I can do this and I can do that, but actually stepping in there and putting yourself on the line is like, and then once you can prove against an opponent that's trying to challenge you, that's like actually means something. You don't just say, oh, I can do it. You actually do it.
For sure. Now, do you have family and friends at this venue right now?
I think it was only Joe
and Shakur.
Yeah.
Now, with all your other events, you've got your XFC family there.
Yeah.
After you get a win and they're cheering you on, or even during the fight, they're like, go Mushy, or just stuff like that. What's that feeling? What does it do to you?
Just gives you a lot of confidence, like to just keep going and just keep trying to win, do your best.
At this point, they got the trophies, they got the prizes. You're talking with your corner, like you guys are talking about specifically, or you guys just having fun at this point? You're like, yeah, you fucked that guy up. Yeah?
Oh, bro, I'm just trying to catch my breath. Like, I'm so tired. Like, I'm literally not even thinking about whether I'm gonna win or not. Like, to be honest, I don't even care if I win or not. Like, like I tried my best.
That's the main thing that matters to you?
It sounds cheesy, but that's the main thing that matters.
For sure, bro. That's an awesome mentality to have. What was it like fighting out of any like power play? Professional, venue's nice, settings nice.
Yeah, it's like a big deal, like because you're on the card with a lot of other notable names in like Australia, in the Australian scene. So, you have to show up. You can't just be like the worst fight on the card. So I was trying to put on a good show. Like.
My last question is like, obviously before the fight you're warming up at the back and you're warming up with other fighters around you. Not your specific opponent obviously, like if you run into them, you run into them. But when you're looking around these other guys, are you comparing yourself to them, or is it like you're not really fixated on what they're doing, you're just chilling in your own zone, you're not even looking at them?
Yeah, no, I think it's best to just be like in your own mind, like you can't be distracted. You've got to just be like, tunnel vision, like eyes on the prize, you can't be distracted.
Yeah. Awesome. Well guys, that was Inside the Mind of a Fighter with Mushy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We were able to relate to him with many things. Other than that, I'll catch you guys next time.